Rusty is a narrow-gauge diesel that has lived on Sodor for many years. One day, Rusty was getting his goods train ready to take to the docks. "I hope I can place her Topham Hat," he said to himself, until he heard a loud honk honk. It was D199. Rusty felt a little scared. "Huh? Who are you?" he asked. "I'm D199, you peasant," he grumbled crossly. "Answered Topham Hat sent me away 'cause I was rude to that Falcon steam engine and his so-called friends." Rusty felt a bit shocked. "Thomas isn't a bad guy. He's really useful according to me." "Yeah, right. Like he's useful to you. You should be in a museum." Rusty was furious, and he oiled angrily away with his load. Rusty had stopped. He felt a little hurt. "I shouldn't be in a museum," he grumbled crossly. Later that night at the shed, he told Victor all about it. "I know him. James told me about him when I first came to Sodor back during 2009. "Really? Is he really that of a bully?" said Rusty. "He sure is," said Victor. "Even I didn't want to see him, 'cause he was very rude to Kevin and very rude to Harold." Rusty didn't know what to believe which, but then he decided to get some sleep for tomorrow's work. The next day, Rusty was just idling in the quarry when Thomas came. "Hello, Rusty," he peeped happily. "Oh, hello, Thomas," he said sadly. "What's wrong?" asked Thomas. "Well, there's a diesel called D199, and he was very rude to me yesterday, so much so that I nearly got delayed by my train." Thomas was very cross. "Yeah, I know him too. He got sent away after he made me destroy Brindham Station because I was pulling freight cars and made the engines betrayed, hate, and blame me." Rusty was even more shocked. "You know him too?" "Yeah, Gordon and James told me about them. But anyways, I gotta get my passengers ready. Bye, Rusty," and Thomas chuffed cheerfully away. "Thomas is right," Rusty thought to himself. "If I wanna beat D199 at his own game, I gotta stand up to whenever he bulls anyone I like." And Rusty oiled away to get on with his work. Rusty was shunting in the yard until he heard a loud honk, 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 honk. "Uh-oh," he groaned to himself. He saw 199 coming in with a brakeman full of workmen. They were furious. "This diesel nearly gave me a headache," he grumbled one. "He also made me spill my coffee," grumbled another. "He's good-for-nothing rubbish if we say so," rumbled a third one. "Even worse, he nearly made me trip over and spill coffee on my pants," grumbled the fourth. Rusty knew that the workman needed his help. D199 was very cross. A little pork chop like Rusty could never pull a brake van full of workmen properly. "Oh, yes, I can," grumbled Rusty, trying to stand up for himself. After the workman uncoupled D199 from the brake van, he grumbled and groaned as he went into a siding. Rusty finally got the chance to show D199 who he was. "Come on," said Rusty. "I'm showing you to the seaside." The workmen cheered. "Well done, Rusty," they said. "Ow," said one who tripped. As Rusty was preparing to leave, he saw Thomas. "Hello, Thomas," he honked cheerfully. "Hello, Rusty." As he chuffed through the countryside, Rusty rocked and rolled, but he didn't really mind. He was having a great time, and so were the workmen. Later that night, Rusty was critically acclaimed by the workmen. "Well done, old boy," they said. Even Sir Topham Hatt was pleased. Rusty, I am very proud of you. Even though you were bullied, you still decided to take the workmen and not bump them about. Thank you, sir, said Rusty happily. And as for you, Spam Cam, he said sternly, it's 199, rumbled the Diesel angrily. No buts about your name. You will be sent back to the mainland until you can behave and be really useful. Yes, sir, wailed 199 sadly. After that, Sir Topham Hatt left on Rebecca. Bye, Rusty, Rebecca said as she winked at him as she left. Rusty couldn't have felt happier himself.